Hello and welcome to the channel. I'm Krakenfall, and today we're reacting to another Let's Game It Out video. Finally, another one. It's going to be his video. I set off so many nukes, ended reality in Hydroneer. Now, from the last videos that we have watched for Let's Game It Out Hydroneer series, he's found all kinds of ways to end the game, from FPS, from too many objects on screen, to loading pallets with crazy amounts and causing things to jitter everywhere. I can only imagine that adding nukes to Hydroneer can only be worse. I'll be interested to see what's going on with this. I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted because Hobbs is hanging out with me right now. He's being a good boy. He's gonna hang out with us today. Hopefully he'll stick around the whole time. Don't mind my cable management. By the way, it's the holidays at the time of recording, so Merry Holidays, Happy Christmas, and everything else, whichever you prefer. I like Christmas, so that's where I'm at. But I hope you have a wonderful season. This is recorded live on stream, and we're having a Christmas special on the Krakenfall Twitch channel. So if you enjoy things like that, twitch.tv/Krakenfall. This whole video is getting derailed by Hobbs. He's like, no, too much. Just that. Okay, cool. And last thing, before we get started with the video, if you haven't seen this video, please run over to Let's Game It Out's channel. Click this link, go over to the channel, watch the video, see it for the first time on Let's Game It Out's channel, because that's where the video deserves to be watched first, and then come back and we can watch and react to it together. You can see how I get my mind blown by Let's Game It Out. Once again, it's like you think it wouldn't become normal at this point, but it's like normal but doesn't feel normal. You know what I mean? Hobbs, no, don't go. All right, he's gone. Bye, Hobbs. And with that, let's get started.
Hey there, it's Josh. Welcome back to Let's Game It Out. We're playing some Hydroneer today, a game where you can create big machines, create even bigger messes, build money bins full of riches, blow up houses with dynamite, and do just a little bit of fishing. The game recently added something new that I think we're gonna have a lot of fun with. But before we get into that, today's video is sponsored by Techland and their upcoming game Dying Light 2, which is coming out on December 7th for PC, Xbox, and PlayStation.
So thank you, Dying Light Techland, for sponsoring Josh. I'm going to skip ahead. I did play Dying Light 2, and it was pretty fun. It wasn't, like, mind-blowing. It wasn't as fun as the first Dying Light 2, but definitely worth looking at, so sure. Yeah, don't mind the sponsor.
So here we are in the wild world of Hydroneer, where our journey begins over here with our big, beautiful truck. This is what's going to take us all the way to our first area. Allow us to take a joyride, and I'll show you what the plan is. Behold, Hobson's Power Works, your one-stop shop for all kinds of stuff we probably don't care about. And while all of these wires and things seem pretty cool, we're actually only here for one thing. Actually, I take that back. We're here for two things. That's right, they added a mini nuke to the game, and only for a whopping 26,000 coins. That's a lot of fish, but that's where these come in. At their much more affordable price of $360, we're gonna be using them to make a little more cash. Yeah, that's the spirit. So now that we've got our fish here, it's time to blow them up. Now, I must warn you, this is probably going to be unpleasant, because you're not supposed to light dynamite in your face, so you might want to cover your ears and possibly your eyes. Okay, that wasn't too bad. You, me, and a beautiful crater. And what might these cubes be?
Can you not die in Hydroneer?
We can move out of the way, because this is what's left behind from our detonator piece. But these other 10 little cubes here, these are what's left of the fish. Random scrap metal can be smelted into a scrap bar, or we could sell them straight up to the jeweler.
Silly that fish can be turned into scrap metal.
Let's go, little cubes. Come with me if you want to live. Okay, so here's the thing. If you look at the total, it says they sell for no coins, but that would be a lie. Those 10 little fish cubes actually sell for 1 cent a piece, so we just sold them for 10 cents. Here's the kicker. They're still here, so I can just keep selling them over and over and over again. And then if you sell enough of them, oh my days, one whole solid coin. So all we need to do is hit this thing over and over and over again until we have enough for... Okay, 26,000 and a little bit extra. And now anytime we need money, we can just do this painful process again. Let's go get us a nuke, shall we? You know what? Let's take this thing with us too. I wanted to test something when we get there, and it's gonna require this cart. So we have the money to buy the nuke, but it just wouldn't feel right to buy it without trying to steal first. So I had the curiosity if we can use this cart to steal one. Just so you know, here's what happens when you try to walk off with it. If you didn't pay for it, it just disappears. Now, on previous playthroughs, I figured out various shoplifting methods, one of which was drop it off right at the edge, step on the other side of the boundary, and then pick it up, but that doesn't work anymore. It won't let you do that. And another method you can use is if you pick up one of these pallets. Pallets are great because they let you carry multiple things, and pretty much once something is part of the pallet, it's really part of the pallet. But seeing as how I still didn't pay for the pallet, I can't go to the other side and pick it up. So I was curious if I could take this thing and just put it on the cart that I do own. You never know what's gonna work. You gotta try stuff, right? Okay, so pull the cart behind me, walk this thing to the edge, place it down. Where the hell did it go? Where'd my cart go? Wait a minute. Are you seeing this? I think I can safely say that the cart has somehow made it through the boundary. Well, this isn't what I was expecting.
Oh, that's so much worse than before.
Shoplifting, although I don't think I'll be using these items anytime
soon. Can you get on
carts?
carts?
So
like, can you?
Is I lost my cart. Well, Cash, looks like you're going to be used for something else. It's
I want to ride that thing.
Place where we can buy more carts. 740 coins.
So I've been playing a lot of Satisfactory, and I love hypertubes, and I love how you can set up alternative transportation all over the place. And it just strikes me that in other games, why not try and get around faster? Like Hydroneer, can I set up like an above ground subway system with glitching out carts? So that I can launch myself to the other side of the map, because nobody's got time to walk to the other side of the map or drive the other side of the map. I don't know what transportation you have in Hydroneer, but it would be fun. That would be cool.
Agile cart, fast cart. I don't need all this. Oh, here we go. Crappy, janky wooden cart. Only $3.50. Now we're talking. Come on, cart. We got some experimenting to do. So wait, if I just pick up one of these, put it on the ground, take a nuke, put it on the pallet, take the pallet, put it on the cart, drag the cart behind me, and then let it go. Oh my god, it's a Christmas miracle. Oh boy.
What? Okay, hold on. How is it doing that? Because with the truck, it actually made sense. The pallets were colliding with each other, and the pipes on the pallet were like interacting with each other, and the collision scripts were just like there was a conflict in the scripts. The pallets were interacting with each other in small doses, and it was causing like vibrations. And since the world coordinates of the truck were getting updated without the player being in it, and so it was like constantly moving the truck's world location. That makes sense. But this cart is just going all over the place. Maybe this is the same pipe pallet bug, and the cart just has like less geometry or less like a smaller collision box. And so this is what happens. The same bug. This is what happens with a smaller collision box. We have the same pallet nuke situation, or a placed object on the pallet interacting with a vehicle. Yeah, maybe this is the same bug. It just seems so much different. The pattern is so much different. I would have expected more jitter. We'll have to keep an eye out
for this. Okay, so I've got 3 carts here. We're gonna take 3 of these pallets, and just for the sake of the experiment, we're gonna put a different item on each.
Good.
So we've got a $15.
Josh says he's not a tester. He says he's not a software tester. He sure thinks like one. Like, he's setting up test conditions right now. I don't know. Josh, I think you're a tester.
Cork, an $84 logic cable, and this $670 intake pipe. I like this one because it's tall. So let's see if overall size matters and what goes on the cart. Okay, starting with the one with the cork. Let's see what happens. Well, it looks like that launched. Test number 2. Looks like that one's also gone. And now for number 3. Let's give it a shot. Well, this definitely appears to be working. There's carts flying all over the place now. Hey,
I love how fast they go. It's so awesome.
A second? I think we need to experiment with something else real quick. First,
I would absolutely set these up in a Hydroneer. In fact, I don't know if they fixed it. I hope they didn't, because I want to set this up now. I want to just set up the art installation with all the trucks that are static in the sky, like Death Stranding, and then I want to set up all of the flies, the cart flies. We've got to find a better name for them, though.
First things first, we need to buy a plot of land and try to ignore all the crap flying at us in the sky. For sale, the very beautiful South Hope. This'll do nicely. For only $6,600, I'll take it. Now that we own a sizable plot of land, it's time for stage 2. A little something I like to call shopping. Let's see. What do I want? Maybe these concrete floors. Gonna need a lot of these pallets. And we're gonna buy a bunch of... carry on, I guess. And we're gonna buy a bunch of miscellaneous things. So hang on a quick second. I'm gonna set up our new playing field. Okay, just put this guy in position and okay. Feeling pretty good about that placement, as well as that one, and all of those, and all of these. I don't know how many are here, but I do know it's a lot. Now the only thing left to do is load up all these pallets of all this miscellaneous crap over here. And there you have it. Row after.
If Josh has a spreadsheet for all these to track them, then I don't believe him. I still think he's a software tester.
Row after row. You know what this actually kind of looks like is that one game I played. Winkle to Little Shop, that one. Kind of has that same vibe of putting crap on tables, right? Oh, how much things change yet stay the same. Let's start with just one row and see how this goes. Here goes nothing. 1. Liftoff successful. 2. 3. Oh, that one's having a little bit of trouble. Hey, don't let
that
your
looks
big
like a
brothers
truck.
intimidate you with their Mach 5 speeds. If you feel comfortable in that tree, just go ahead and stay in that tree. And another, and another. Come on, bookcase thing, you got this. Listen, I believe in you. You just need to believe in yourself.
Okay.
There you go. Oh,
Maybe
yep,
this
there
is
you
a
go.
size
First
thing.
flight, you got this. See, what did I tell you? It's not so bad, right? I bet you didn't think you'd be watching a cart make out with a tree today, did you? Dum-de-dum, business as usual. Well, that's one row down. The skies are certainly a little bit more busy than they were, but by no means full. So I guess we have no choice but to proceed with row 2. I don't know if it's particularly clear, by the way, but the more we launch these things, the more heinous the frame rate is getting. And we like that, don't we? Oh dear, that car took another car with it. Well, I'm sure they're very happy together. Okay, that's a second
but it stopped
row
the
launch.
glitch.
Things are just looking super out there, aren't they? You know, it does look like it's getting late, though. Let's take a quick power nap. Ah, nothing quite like sleeping under the stars and watching possessed carts fly over your head. Rise and shine, sleepyhead. We got some carts to launch. Oh, this one got misaligned. I just gotta put it back on and... You know, never mind. I guess that one's, we'll just let that one go. You know, I couldn't help but notice a lot
like
of
an
weird stuff was
asteroid
happening.
field.
Another cart just got abducted. Did you see that? Well, that's cool. I guess you're just doing the work for me. Like, really, let's just take a load off. We'll just kick back and let the carts pick themselves up for a while.
Oh my
gosh. I haven't even
gosh.
launched everything yet, but I think we have a pretty good idea of how this is going. And I like to call it ode to 2 frames per second. No matter where you look, there's a cart flying in the air, and if ever you get lost, you need only look to this rotating star made of trash, and it'll always guide your way. The frame rates aren't just terrible there, by the way. This is absolutely a worldwide phenomenon. No matter where you go, it's raining carts. Hallelujah. Well, you know, now is as good a time as any, I bet. Maybe we can clear up some of this air traffic with a little baby nuke. Yeah, this seems like a smart idea, right? Okay, fingers crossed. We're gonna set this and run.
Okay, if you're not dead from this.
What? My computer didn't like that? You don't say. Well, the good news is the frame rate's back. I'm not sure at what cost, though. Since I had to restart the game, everything that was flying around is now just frozen in space. I guess we turned these once busy skies into a sky crypt. You know where I think we went wrong? We should have built like a little boundary. That way they can't just fly all over the place like this. So let's set some boundaries.
That's cool. I love it. This game, it would be cool if you could set up kind of like a Indiana Jones style warehouse, except have it be just aerial catwalks so that you set off as many carts as you can before your computer gets, you know, imploded, and then set off the bombs so you could freeze them all and then build catwalks to them so you could like go through a museum and be like, oh, what does this one have? What does this one have?
This time. Yeah, kind of like that. This time around, we're gonna put only carts with bombs on it, because that seems like a safe idea. You know, something like this. Like the world's most uncomfortable hands-on museum. And set these things off in an environment that they can't escape. Let's start by launching just one and seeing what happens. Oh, they're confined all right, and apparently really anxious to get out. Oh, looks like it managed to escape. Be free, little cart. Okay, so let's try that again. This time there's 16, and we're gonna launch them all at once. Huh, huh, huh. Ha, 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 ha. Well, they seem pretty contained this time. What do you think? Should we add some more? I don't see why not. Oh, that crashed the game.
Wow.
I guess it didn't like all those hard collisions. Okay, so we're gonna do that one again, but this time we're gonna...
If I had to guess, the speed at which these, and looks like there's a gap. Maybe they got out of the gap, but I was gonna say the speed at which these objects are flowing, that can be hard for an engine to handle. Because if you have velocities, you are limited by how fast your engine can actually do the world calculations, right? If you need to do a collision between one collision box and a static collision box, like the wall. If your engine can only handle so many calculations per second, or let's say your script functions can only handle so many calculations per second, there's a high chance that errors can start cropping up And your air handling has to be really robust, because if you have, let's just say you have a trajectory for an item and the speed is going so fast so that between ticks, let's say, server tick rate is another concept of this in multiplayer games, where the server calculates player positions at a certain rate, and if players are playing faster than the server tick rate, then you will get weirdness where like an enemy saw you and shot you before you even knew that they were there, or other things that seem unfair or just don't make sense, right? Well, at this speed, like this is a lot faster than a server tick rate, but it's still the same kind of concept where you are rate limited by the number of calculations you can do. And if you have a speed that is faster, then you will get a situation where the cart that is like speeding around will be past the wall, right? And if it gets past the wall, then your calculation for the collisions will be like, oh, well, it should have hit the wall, but like it's already past the wall. Your code, if it's air handled, should be able to detect those and be like, nope, you need to be back there and calculate a new trajectory. If it has too many situations where it needs to fix and handle errors, and your air handling code, which admittedly not everybody handles air handling code super well. I'm not going to talk about code quality in this video. And I also don't want to make assumptions about Hydroneer's code quality. So, no assumptions here, but it makes sense that there are limits to your code. And if you don't handle those high performance or high volume scenarios where your functions are overloaded, then you can get situations where errors happen too many times, and it's like, well, in order to not crash, we just have to move on with the error, and you just get the trajectory you've updated. And that means a cart that's gotten past a wall will free itself from the wall. It's obviously more complicated than that, and you need more specifics because it will really matter depending on the context, but I digress. I don't know what engine Hydroneer uses, but I'm not surprised. I mean, anything that is flooded with errors, chances are you're going to have a bad time.
This time. What do you think? Should we add some more? I don't see why not. Oh, that crashed the game. I guess it didn't like all those hard collisions. Okay, so we're gonna. So
it's causing some of those walls to disappear too.
Something. Once
the collisions
we set all
are.
these things
That's
loose,
weird.
there's still gonna be this guy, which is connected by a wire that leads all the way out here to this detonator. And fingers crossed, something cool will happen. As expected, everything is confined and trying to escape, and the mini nuke is still in the middle. Quickly, before the game crashes. Huh, those flying nukes are really durable, aren't they? Okay, well now I'm curious. If nukes won't explode when they're attached to pallets, can you create a chain reaction at all? Only one way to find out. Okay, now we have a nice long row of nukes. The only one connected is at the very end here, which just like the last time goes to a detonator that we control. So let's see if we can do a nuke chain reaction, shall we? Wow, would you look at that? It's almost like a nuclear wave. Now that it's made a nice sizable pit, I think I know the next thing we need to test, which is what happens when we fill this canal full of literally thousands of nukes.
Because of course.
Let's find out. Well, I heard one explosion and then the whole game froze. Oh, no. There's a couple more. Well,
this is a Minecraft scenario. Minecraft.
We're just gonna wait this out
mass
and see what
TNT
happens.
explosion.
Yes, this is the sound you like to hear, right? Oh, here we go, finally. Ah, there it goes. That's neat, just preparing for nuclear winter, I see. Ah, a second volley. I didn't realize that's how nukes worked. Oh, and another. Wow, science is crazy. So I guess this is our reality now. Stuck in a perpetual loop of half-finishing explosions. So we're gonna cap it here so we can sit back in this mushroom cloud and contemplate some existential dread. I want to thank Techland again for sponsoring this video. Dying Light 2 comes out on December 7th, and you can pre-order the game right now using my link below. And to catch up on all the fun, you can pick up Dying Light 1 Platinum Edition right
Dying
now
Light 1,
for 75% off.
Absolutely recommend it. It's such a fun game if you're okay with zombie games.
I know I did, and I'll see you next time.
That was crazy. The carts were my favorite part. Okay, the end, kind of going off my overly long explanation from before, the end where all of the nukes blew up and then the game basically froze, right? And it froze and it was updating however many minutes per frame or how many seconds per frame it slowed down to. I would have expected that the carts, when they were inside that box, like I would have expected as many collisions as were happening, it would just slow the game down. And that the collisions between the cart and the wall would start to slow the game down because they were happening too fast. And so rather than dropping them and causing errors that would allow the carts to get free, it would actually just slow the game down to a crawl and then eventually crash because, you know, a buffer overflow or something like that. I'm surprised it didn't. Which makes me wonder why it crashed when it was letting carts out. By the way, as far as I know, and this is maybe too broadly applying the concept, but in software, there's the idea between two different types of process timings. One is synchronous, which means things have to happen in order, which is what I'm assuming the bomb calculations are, the animations, and then the physics calculations that come with it destroying and converting the objects around the explosion to the scrap metal. That is a synchronous explosion because it's slowing your engine down. You're getting low frames because things have to happen one at a time or one after another. And computers work insanely fast, usually. So it's okay. It's okay to have synchronous in that situation. The other timing method is asynchronous, which means things can happen, the game will move on, but the calculation's still waiting to happen. So when the computer has time, it will get to the calculation, calculate it, and then send off the calculation results to whatever object or world, you know, part of the engine is waiting for it. And that, I guess, is what the collisions are. I don't know, but you would expect things to happen in real time, so I would assume that those would be synchronous as well. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what the cause of this bug was. All I know is that I love the carts, and I love the fact that they go freaking crazy and just start zooming all over the place. I honestly didn't expect that. The nukes were like the sideshow. That's funny. Well, that was fun. If you enjoyed this video, please lick the like and subscribe button. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Click the bell for notifications. It really helps the video get seen, and we can have more fun reacting to more videos, playing Satisfactory, and other fun games. So I stream on Twitch at twitch.tv/Krakenfall. That's where we're recording right now. It's the Christmas special. I'm streaming extra long today. Don't lick the like and subscribe button. All right, bye-bye. I'll see you later.